The Denver Broncos are dealing with a little bit of a concerning injury here. Josh Reynolds did not practice today. Sean Payton said that he was feeling better today, but he's got some wear and tear in his Achilles. Payton didn't sound overly concerned based on just his tone of voice, but we all know that Sean Payton has a really good poker face. Anytime you hear an athlete dealing with an Achilles injury, that's always going to cause some concern. With Reynolds, wear and tear, I'm not exactly sure what that means, but if I had to guess, and obviously I'm no doctor, take anything I say here with a grain of salt, but if I had to guess, it's probably little micro tears, a strain in his Achilles, and a strain is a partial tear no matter how big or small it is. So this could be nothing. This could be something that blows over and we never hear about it again. If Reynolds returns to practice in the next few days, and if he is able to participate at least on a limited basis, then I would say that there's nothing to worry about. But if Reynolds continues to have to sit out, then this is something that is clearly a cause for concern, and it's something that has clearly bothered him for a while. I don't know what the exact injury is. We don't have access, obviously, to medical records or anything like that. But when you hear about an athlete having wear and tear in their Achilles, it always gives you cause for concern about it potentially fully tearing later on down the line. The Broncos do play on turf at various points this year, including the notorious MetLife Stadium turf in Week 4 that has claimed many Achilles tendons ever since they put that turf in 2020. That's concerning to me when you hear about Josh Reynolds having some issues with his Achilles, and then I believe the Seattle Seahawks play on turf, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. Obviously, MetLife Stadium, a couple of the indoor stadiums that the Broncos play in this year, they are going to be on turf. So the Broncos will be playing on turf throughout various points in this season. And even on grass, you're prone to tearing your Achilles. Sometimes you can just take a bad step and you can get your foot caught in the ground and it can go just like that. Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles on grass in Lambeau. So this is not a mutually exclusive thing to playing on turf, but you think about Aaron Rodgers, who had calf soreness, they called it, about 2 or 3 weeks before he actually tore his Achilles on September 11th in his first game as a New York Jet. You think about Kevin Durant, where he was also dealing with, they again called it calf soreness, but it was clearly something with the Achilles, and the Achilles tore Game 5 up in Toronto in the NBA Finals in 2019. So this is something that the Broncos cannot play around with, and I'm glad that they were smart and held Reynolds out of practice, and it's good that he's feeling better, but this is also something that we have to monitor. I'm really worried, especially leading up to that Week 4 game in MetLife. That scares the crap out of me here. So this could be me just overreacting to the situation, and quite frankly, I hope it is. I really do. But by the same token, you have to at least take into account that we've seen guys have some prior wear and tear in their Achilles or calf or whatever the hell they want to call it, and then eventually the Achilles fully tears. Sometimes you can just tear your Achilles without having any warning signs, without having any of this wear and tear. Again, the Broncos are being smart about how they're managing this, but we just have to be sure that this isn't something that's going to snowball into a long-term problem for the Denver Broncos, because Josh Reynolds is primed for a big role as the Z receiver, especially with Marvin Mims just being, quite frankly, disappointing. To this point, Marvin Mims doesn't look like he's ready to be an NFL caliber receiver, especially as a starter. And Josh Reynolds is primed to fill a massive role for the Denver Broncos. And if he's dealing with an Achilles problem, that's not ideal news. We'll keep an eye on this, and we'll keep you updated with the latest here on Broncos Syndicate. Hopefully Reynolds returns to practice soon, even if it's in a limited capacity. Then I will have no cause for concern here. But if he continues to sit out, then we might have a problem. All right, Broncos country, let me know on a scale of 1 to 10, how concerned are you about this Josh Reynolds injury? Right now, I'm at about a 4, but that could easily calm down or it could easily get worse as time goes on. All right, guys, be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, guys. And until next time, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.